This is Sherry from live from Vancouver, Canada, with App 45, the magazine for women over 45. Those of us who are rediscovering who we are and exploring what we want next in life. And we want more of everything: love, fun, laughter, and fulfillment. And we deserve it. So these are trying times, and our quarantine conversations are an opportunity to break out of those four walls you find yourself in, get some mental stimulation, laugh a little bit, and share experiences. The magazine is working hard to provide a forum for women generally, but specifically right now, we're focusing on getting you through these difficult times. And today we are having a conversation with Sherial Dobesh, live from Las Vegas. Welcome, Cheryl.
Thank you so much, Sherry. It's great to see you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, well, I'm so looking forward to this session, Challenge Your Mindset. With these difficult times, it's really hard to keep your mindset where it should be. People are faced with self-isolation, quarantine, lots of different things, and it's really a challenging time. But before we get started, I just wanted to cover some housekeeping for people coming in on the show. If these sessions are being taped and put up on our YouTube channel at 45, Women Disrupting Lives. And so if you do not want your information or your picture to be shown, can you please post an avatar when you come into the meeting room? So the agenda today will be, we'll be talking with Cheryl and having that conversation. And then towards the end, we'll give people who are sitting in on the call an opportunity to share who they are, what they're doing, and do some Q&A. So let's get right into it, Cheryl. So how did challenging your mindset, how did that come to be with you?
Well, that's a very good question, Sherry. You know, some years ago, I learned The Secret came out. And prior to that, you know, I knew that a person needed to think positive, that there was this negative and there was always stuff going on. And after The Secret came out, I began studying the power of the mind and how if you thought it, you could attract it, whether you wanted it or not, unfortunately. And so then I studied the law of attraction, became a law of attraction coach, and really dove deep into mindset, because the power of our mind it's our biggest tool ever. And so, because whatever we tell it, whether it's true or not, it's going to believe it, whether we want it or not. And so that's really what got me started in the whole thing around mindset and being able to change your life with what your thoughts are.
Well, and I know that even myself, I really find that true. And it's funny, it's so easy for us to tell our mind negative thoughts, but it's not so easy to get the positive thoughts in there, or reframe what we're thinking that might be negative into a positive.
That's so true. And our mind has like millions of, or so many 100,000 thoughts a day. And our minds are just constantly going. Some people's a lot more than others. And so you're exactly right. It's harder to think about something positive because it's so easy to go to the negative. Well, I can't do it because of this, or it's not going to happen. And when we take this virus and what's going on, it's very easy to think of the whole worst thing that could possibly happen. Well, what I believe is that we need to live in We need to honestly live in 10-second amounts of time. 10 seconds. So what we tell ourselves in those 10 seconds needs to be something very positive.
Well, I know sometimes it's all it takes is 10 seconds to tell us ourselves something positive, and then you actually do, it does change how you feel. You can feel the emotion, the adrenaline, or whatever it is coursing through your body.
You absolutely can. And the more you, it's just like this saying that I have, and I got it from some famous person who I can't think of his name right now, so I apologize, but it's like, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. And so when you're putting that out, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. There's no room for the negative, like what's going to happen because of the virus. However, we still need to show compassion to people. We're in a very difficult time, and people, so many people have no idea, how to even handle what's going on, what to even think. And so when we're chatting with people as business people, and we're out there online, for all of you that have an online business, you want to show compassion for people, and you want to find out from them, you want to be able to relate that it's not easy, and at the end, tell them other ways that they can handle things. But ask them how it's affecting them, and really listen to people. People need to be listened to today. And if you are a positive thinker, even 50%, you're going to be able to give them some really good ways of looking at things, because it will be over. It will end.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that actually, hearing like you, I know you live in the States, Trump says it's going to be another month for sure. Here in Canada, it's even longer. And I was talking to a woman in the Canary Islands yesterday who says that they believe it's going to be the end of the summer before it's over. It's hard to get your mind into thinking that it will be over, to have that focus that this too will pass. And that's, I think, where we're all on a quest for a better mindset, because it is very discouraging, to know that it's another 30 days we're not going to be able to do what we want or go where we want to. I mean, I'm just missing my favorite coffee shop. It's been closed now for a couple of weeks, and uh, you know, sure, you can go for a walk around the block, but it doesn't really. It isn't enough.
Not enough. And I think we really realize that we are very spoiled people. We have access, or we had access to really anything that we wanted. And now it's been taken away because we've not committed a crime, but it's like we're in jail. Like, I'm in my home here in Las Vegas. I can't get to Canada. I can't get anywhere. I can't have anyone over. There's no entertaining. It's completely a different world. And so how I like to look at it is, it's happening, it's giving me an opportunity to make change. And everyone needs change of some sort. We need to look at things in a different way. We need to maybe change some things in our life. And at this time, it's giving us opportunity to sit back and reflect on where we've been, what we've done, and where we truly want to go. And with the internet, thank the Lord we have the internet and our cell phone, because without that, what would we be doing? I have no idea, and nor do I even want to think of that. We're very privileged people to have the internet the way it is. And so And on the internet, there's so many opportunities. So a person can really, you know, in that 10 seconds, make a decision. All right, I'm going to go and listen to this YouTube video. I'm going to go and listen to this interview on App 45. And by the way, App 45 magazine has been incredible for me and my business. I have absolutely loved it. It has got me out to people all over the world. So thank you so much for that, Sherry.
Oh, wow. It's been so helpful in my own life. So, uh, I mean, I've always, I started the magazine because I know that women need, you know, connections and that we can do things much faster by uniting, you know, and working together. So you've been involved with the magazine almost from the start, Cheryl, and I appreciate everything that you've done with the magazine.
And we met on the internet. I didn't know you before. So,
Absolutely.
and here we are, and we've met in person, not once, but a few times.
That's
And
right.
so it just shows you the power of the internet and the power of our mindset.
So are there any particular steps, you know, that women can take while they're inside? You just mentioned, you know, that it's uh, a, a time to reflect and move forward, but sometimes we can feel overwhelmed and you know, with that negativity. So what steps would you encourage women to take?
It's easy to feel overwhelmed with lots of things, but we have to take a, you know, breathe, take a deep breath. Whoops, something happened there.
No problem. Technology.
Can you see me still?
Yeah, yeah, you're still
Okay.
on.
So sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Um, so we have to just, you know, take a deep breath. When we're feeling overwhelmed, it's because we're allowing, I believe, our mind to go into that place of overwhelm. So instead of feeling overwhelmed, look at the positives. Go outside for a walk. Here in Las Vegas, it's beautiful sunshine. Now, I realize it's not that way everywhere, but there is weather that, you know, you can take advantage of, good weather that you can take advantage of. Even going for a walk in the rain can be fabulous. Getting in your 7,500 steps is a great way to shift the mindset from overwhelm into positiveness. And what am I going to do? What do I want to change in my life? How do I really want it to be? Like, where do I want to be when this is over? And even if we thought in a 90-day time frame, had we known that this was going to happen 90 days ago, what would you have done differently? What would you have done differently in your personal life, in your relationships, in your business? And now you have an opportunity to think about that now and put things into place for 90 days from now. So those would just be a few of my suggestions.
And really 90 days is a good period of time to really change the direction or change something that you want to change in your life.
90 days is really a very good time. I mean, so much can happen. It's a quarter. It's a quarter of a year. And of course, we don't want this to go on for 90 days, but in a week, you can put together a plan as to what you're going to do differently for the next 90 days.
So it's almost a time of getting prepared for the life that you want in the 90 days from
I
now.
think so. I think so. And you know, for those people in business out there that their business is closed because of this situation that we're in, learning how to take your business online would be a huge gift, and now you have the time to do it. For people that aren't in business and they wonder how they're going to pay their bills, now it's a time to be thinking of different ways to be creative, and different ways that they can do that that they could take action on in maybe even helping other people. There's so many opportunities for us, and we just have to open our mind and let those opportunities flow in.
So what is one way that challenging your mindset has changed your life in the past?
Well, it's completely changed my life because I don't allow anything negative in my life. When someone comes to me with negativity, I put my hand up and I say, I'm sorry, it can't enter my circle here, because I always look at the good. Now, I'm not perfect. I mean, there are times that I have a negative thought and I only allow it for no more than 60 seconds. And it's because it's practicing that allows me to do it. Like right now in my situation, I could be extremely negative. I'm here all alone. I have no one to hug or anything. But you can't allow that. You've got to just move forward with the positive.
It's a very good mindset. Um, I've often thought that being able to, manifest changes in your life would be something that I'd like to learn how to do. But it sounds a little woo-woo to me, sometimes. So have you had any practical experience with trying to do that, manifesting? Is it part of challenging your mindset?
I believe it is, because manifesting is all part of the law of attraction. And so you can manifest really anything, negative or positive. You've got to have the mindset to do it. So let me just give you an example. So, we've all thought about a person that we've been thinking about. We're missing that person, and pretty soon, so we just had these thoughts about this person, and pretty soon the phone rings and it's that person. And you say, oh, deja vu, I was just thinking about you. That's manifesting. And so when we take that technique to much higher levels, to manifest good health, to manifest more money, to manifest a better relationship, all of those things, it's all about how you're thinking about it and what you're doing to change yourself to allow the change to happen, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I've heard of the law of attraction, but I'm not very familiar with it at all. Is it? I think you said at the top of the show that you actually attended some training on it.
Yes, I've done a lot of training on the law of attraction with Michael Logier out of Victoria, British Columbia. He's written several books on the law of attraction. And then, of course, The Secret was all about the law of attraction as well. You can go to YouTube and find all kinds of things on the law of attraction. And you see, it's all about our thoughts, because whether our thoughts are negative or positive, that's what we're going to get. So it's like when you wake up in the morning, before your feet even hit the floor, if you're already having negative thoughts, is, oh my God, it's another day, I've got to go through this, I hate to go to work, I hate my job. Or if you take this situation that we're in and think about all the negative things of that, all you're going to get all day long is more of that negative stuff. So, the person that has those thoughts before they get out of bed in the morning and they're dreading going to work. Right now, they'd probably be loving going to work, but they're dreading going to work. And so they get up, they burn the toast, they spill their coffee. They just attract more and more negative stuff all day. Versus where before your feet even hit the floor, you're saying in your mind out loud or to yourself, Oh, it's going to be an amazing day. I am so excited. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to attract amazing things today. And you get up and your day starts with a whole different feeling. It's really that simple.
Well, it's a wonderful thought to be able to wake up in that positive mode every morning, especially considering what's going on. How about gratefulness? Is that part of the changing your mindset or challenging your mindset?
Being grateful and showing gratitude for the things that you have. Absolutely. I like to keep a gratitude journal. And I like to, I even do videos about this sometimes and challenge people to write down 10 things every day that you're grateful for. And so you see, the more that you do those kind of things, the more you attract all this goodness that you want. Now, the stuff that's going on in our world, we have no control over that. And there's a lot of things we have no control over. But what we do have control over is how we react to it. That's where we have total control as to how we are personally going to react to it. And so that's why I say, live your life right now, especially and always, in 10-second time frame. Because in 10 seconds, you can change your thought, or you can have a great thought or a really crappy thought. It's up to you. It's all up to you as to how you're going to allow it to affect you. And you can't do anything about it. So you might as well just go with it and think positive about it.
Have you ever used like vision boards or things like that to sort of get it straight in your mind what you do want?
I love having a vision board, and every year at the end of the year between Christmas and New Year's, I always create my vision board. I have a big vision board over here on the wall. You can't see it now, but I put photos up there of all the things that I want to attract and make happen through the year. And so I have huge, big plans for 2020. And just because we're in this time of quarantine doesn't mean those plans cannot continue. They can still continue. Now, someone said to me about travel, like if travel has been something that you've been wanting to do, and you know, even had some trips planned, well, instead of thinking that, well, I can't travel now because I've got lots of travel on my vision board, and one of the things that are on my vision board, I've already done it. I managed to do it, and it's coming to Vancouver. And I even saw you and stayed downtown. I love downtown Vancouver. Absolutely
It's
love it.
fabulous.
It is. It's so beautiful. And so I was able to do that a week before all this happened. But so now what one could do is be traveling in their mind. Look at all the photos of where you're going to go. Print them off. You have a printer at home. Print them off. Put them up on a vision board and live it as if you're there. And you know what's going to happen? You will be there. You will honestly be there before you know it.
Well, I know it's still cold here and no snow, but the wind is really cold right now. And I am dreaming of being on the beaches of Greece, which was where we were planning to go this summer. So I'm really hoping that comes to be.
Well, I have this big plan of coming and living downtown Vancouver, Falls Creek, Kitsilano, that area for June, July, and August. That's my plan. Now, the reason I have some big reasons why I want to do that, not only because it's beautiful, but I'm not going to let that plan go. I'm living as if every day I'm planning that that's going to happen. And if it's a month late, well, so be it. But it's going to happen.
Well, it's a wonderful thing to have things to look forward to, and you don't always think that that is challenging your mindset, but having you know desires and wants is definitely something that we can spend time on.
Absolutely. And, you know, unfortunately, there's just way too many people that don't allow their mind to dream, that they've never accomplished what they thought that they could have. So they've just told themselves that they can't. And that's very, very sad. So what I would also suggest for those people that are watching this at some point, now is the time to really dream, to really tell yourself, you know, if you can have anything in the world, what would it be? And write those goals and dreams down. Get some pictures. Create a vision board. Create that vision board with your children if you have children at home. Make it fun. Plan where you're going to go. Like if those kids have never been to Disneyland, get pictures of Disneyland, put it on a board, and talk about it every day and plan to go. That will take away all this negative stuff of the things that you can't do.
Absolutely, that's a good plan. Now, what about affirmations? Do you use that in challenging your mindset?
Well, I have used a lot of affirmations, but I don't feel that affirmations work as well as just your belief and all of those, the vision board and all of those things. So yes, I have affirmations that I write down and I have them on index cards, like, and I've taught a lot of my um, people that I have coached over the years how to repeat that affirmation every day. And, you know, you can have like a stack of those cards that are like 30 high or what have you. And affirmations work as well. It's what an affirmation can do that you might not be doing is when you take that affirmation out and you read it, it reminds you of where you want to be. It reminds you of what you want to be doing versus where you are. And that's very valuable. It's invaluable. I always say our mind is the most powerful tool we have. So how can we put it to work in the best way for what we truly, truly want? You know, even people that are ill, um, my belief is that yes, you know, I might have this disease, whatever it is, accept it and let your body know. Like I talk to my body a lot and I let it, because we allow negative things to happen, to come to us and to happen to us, and that's happening to our body. Now this might be a little bit deep for some people, but I'll go ahead and share it. So it's like acknowledging that condition that you have, apologizing to your body that you allowed it to happen and asking your body to forgive you. And then it's thank you, thank you, thank you. That alone, you do that for 28 days, you will see a huge shift in how you're feeling and what's going on around your health.
So what you're saying is that challenging your mindset is not just speaking to your subconscious or your, you know, it's also speaking to the very cells of your body. It can be that deep. Is that what I hear?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Well, I know my mother was a great believer of that. And you know, it's one thing that I've brought forward in my life from my mother is that what you believe is very important to both your body, your mind, and also to your soul. So in these trying times, it's wonderful to have that hope, right? That you do have some ability to change your mindset and change the outcome of the situations that you find yourself in.
When a person loses hope, they've completely lost the battle. You can't lose hope. You have to have hope and belief. And if you can't believe in yourself, then no one else can believe in you.
And I think that's where challenging your mindset becomes very important, because I think that is a truth.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for sharing with us, Cheryl, on challenging your mindset. I always learn from you, and I appreciate you sharing your wisdom. So there are some people in on the call, and if you'd like, it would be great if you could introduce yourself. You don't have to use last names. For those of you who are coming in later on, as I mentioned, these videos are taped, and so you only need to share your picture or your information if you're comfortable with being up on YouTube into perpetuity. But we'd love to open up the conversation. You can ask questions of Cheryl, and let's connect in conversation. Hi, Anne.
Hi, Sherry. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Anne. How are you?
I'm okay. Very dark here, and I'm looking really pale.
Where are you coming in from, Anne?
I'm coming in from Johannesburg, South Africa, and
Welcome.
yes, thank you very much, Sherry, and I'm very pleased to be on.
So what are you doing in your mindset challenge in where you are?
Well, you know, I'm listening to Cheryl. Obviously, I'm the same page as her. I do believe that it's very important that you think. I mean, after all, there's who was it that said? I think Henry Ford said, you know, if you think you can and if you think you can't, you're right.
That's a great one.
Right.
Yeah. And so therefore, you know, whatever you think is what you'll be. And a lot of what Cheryl said is about, you know, starting your day. Is a lot of people don't realize how important that first moment is that you get out of your bed, because it's when you decide what your day is going to be like. You know, you decide that. So if you get out of the bed and you're all grumpy and you start off with saying, I got out on the wrong side of the bed, well, that's the worst thing that you can say, because that's how your day is just going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think that a lot of mindset, mind thinking is what you know, helps us make our decision, and our decisions determine the road that we're on in our life. So yes, I think it's very important that you think right.
Absolutely. And how are you finding, what's the reality in Johannesburg? Like as far as, or is it a lockdown there or
Yes, there is lockdown. We're only in lockdown for a week now, and it's people are really getting itchy feet and you know, becoming agitated and, you know, claustrophobic in their homes, and they're looking for things to do. So us South Africans are used to being outdoors and doing things all the time. So if you put people inside a house and you tell them they're going to stay there for 3 weeks, it's like, you know, a nightmare. But pleased to say that everyone is doing as they're told, which is very unusual for a South African. And they are staying indoors because we are taking this very seriously. We don't want to get sick, and we don't want to pass it on or do whatever, you know. We want to do this right. So as hard as it is, we're sticking it out. And I just, you know, I'm offering a lot of things online that to help people, especially the ones that I know that are stuck in their, that are used to going to the office in traffic every day, and now they're stuck in these four walls, you know, and they phone me up and say, I'm going mad. What have you got? What can I do? Yeah.
well, we're happy if you share some of those things in our Facebook page and also our group Fab 35 Women's Revolution. So thanks so much for dropping in today.
Yes,
We also have a couple other people on the line. If you want to unmute and come in and either ask some questions of Cheryl or tell us what your reality is. You can find the unmute at the bottom of your screen.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Hi, Ollie. Where are you coming from?
Coming from Alberta. How's everyone doing across the world?
Well, we're doing pretty good. Challenging times, though.
Yeah, it is. The topic was very fitting, though. There's a lot of good things and good takeaways out of it. So thanks, Cheryl, for that.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, no, it's been same here. We live in a rural area, but everybody's staying put in their homes and trying to stay connected. So today, me and my kids, we did a virtual. I have two grown daughters that live in the city, and my son lives here. But we did a virtual eggs Benedict cooking together, and then ate for brunch. So that was a nice way to connect. Different, but still a nice way to stay connected. My kids are telling me that socially they've never been so connected to me, and they're a bit of introverts, and they're feeling like their social calendar is actually more full than it used to be. So it's kind of funny, but yeah, so enjoying the taking the opportunity to find new ways to connect with people, and taking the opportunity to appreciate what we have, and appreciate this downtime to do some of those tasks that we've been putting off.
Awesome. That's wonderful.
And it's absolutely true. There was an article in the magazine today about the fact that people are answering their phones. Like, I was surprised at the number of women who, you know, I've reached out to in the past, and you'd leave a message or whatever. But now you call somebody and they actually pick up the phone. And I was quite startled. It took me a while to realize it, but it's true. And even myself, I'm picking up the phone and answering it. So there's definitely that need for connection. But also, don't you think that this has caused people to actually embrace technology and online technology? I mean, those of us who are in business, you know, we may have used these tools for our work, but very few people were using them for, you know, their personal life. And like Holly, you just said, like having a virtual eggs Benedict brunch. I mean, we would have never thought of that before.
No.
So thank you for sharing that. We have a couple other people on the call. Would anybody else like to come in? Again, if you just go to the bottom of the screen, you can unmute yourself. No? Okay. Well, it's been fun chatting today. I've learned, as I said, a lot more. I'm thinking of maybe having an eggs Benedict brunch online too. We should all maybe consider that. There's a lot more sessions set up for our quarantine conversations. This afternoon, we're doing junk weaving with Michelle McIntyre from Australia. Tomorrow, 11 a.m., we're doing a session with Gina Best, how to keep going into the unknown. And tomorrow afternoon, we're doing a session with Golfos Hatunis, an accomplished artist, and she does fabulous paintings, but she's going to be dealing with abstract painting tomorrow, and how to color your life in these difficult times. On Friday, we're working with Anne Merritt in marketing your business in 2020. That'll be a fascinating introduction to getting your business online if it isn't already. And 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, oh, I'm so excited about this one. If you got the issue of the magazine this morning, you'll find her video in there, but it's Carol Bertuzzi Luciani, who is a motivator, she calls herself. And it is just so funny. She set up an online or an backyard circuit, and she's just a hoot. So that's on Friday at 3. So join us then too. You can find recordings on our YouTube channel at 45, and please subscribe. It's just new. And we